Okay. Go.
Yeah.
Sorry for making you wait. Well, we've had some long ones this year. As I said on the interview afterwards, we exercised some demons tonight. This team has been top of the league. We've beaten them in their place way more times than we beat them here. And it's been a few years since we beat them. Kind of did everything we could at times to lose tonight, and yet we found a way. And that's what's important. You grow and you learn from your mistakes. You figure it out, and you make the next play. I'll give you an example. Rocket, we go into overtime. We run the shot clock all the way down. He gets to his sweet. I'll take Rocket shooting a free throw line jump shot off the dribble all day. It's the shot I know he can make. Makes it. We get to stop. We come down. We run the shot clock down. We can't get it in the tray. They're all packed in. Makes the same play and makes it. Okay? We go down. We get another stop. He comes down and he fires a three. Those are the learning things. It didn't kill us, but he knows it's a bad shot. We've had the conversation. The good is that he's 21 or 2 years old, and he's not a young kid that I would have killed. And he'll grow from it, and hopefully we won't see it again. So if you can win and learn, that's how you win championships. Today was a really, really good win for Oakland. It was two. A lot of people talk to me coming off how ugly. It was two, in my opinion, great defensive teams. I think we're a great defensive team. I know a lot of people would question that, but it's my team and I can think how I want. My players think they're a great defensive team. When that ball went off Trey, there was nobody that was concerned. We were up 4. There was nobody that was concerned we were going to win the game. We were going to go get a stop. We have that mindset that we can. They rebounded tonight, 12 offensive rebounds, but 6 of them had to be on that last play. Northern Kentucky's a great defensive team. What makes them is their zone's unique. Our zone's unique, their zone's unique. They almost beat Houston in the tournament last year, and if you talk to the Houston coaching staff after they were like, God dang, that defense. They're really good. And hopefully the next time we play them, we'll be able to figure it out a little bit better. We'll be able to shoot the ball a little bit better. We did not rebound the offensive end as good as I thought we could have. We did get 11, but I thought we could get a few more. But DQ came up and made some huge shots. DQ was only 3 of 9 from the 3, but I think all 3 of them were game winners. And of course, he was him. It's tough to be him and get doubled and tripled every time, and especially in a zone that you haven't seen and you didn't know where it was coming from. But we'll be good. So I'm really pleased with the win.
All right, we'll open up the floor. Questions for the players?
DQ, you hit a lot of big threes tonight, and everyone's going to talk about that, but you were super valuable, like hitting the glass. You were super aggressive there. First, how did it feel to hit those big threes consistently tonight?
It felt good. I had a couple more that I should have made. That probably would have helped us out a little bit more, but the ones I did make, it felt good to get the crowd into it, get everybody going. And then most of all, I think that gives us the energy to come down and want to get a stop and not just settle for being up 3 or being up 6. We want to expand the lead as much as possible. So that just great energy. It just brings energy to the team, I think. And,
I want to Trey. So since you've been here for a few years, you kind of know what's going into this game was Northern Kentucky wins in this building, and they have done so since 2019. So did this win today, breaking that streak, feel extra special because of that?
Yeah, for sure. I think the way that we won, fighting back at the end of the game, and I missed some free throws in regulation and couldn't help Blake get the ball in. And like Cam said, we were getting stops, and it just showed how resilient we were as a team and, what we were able to fight through. I know everyone was tired. Everyone played a lot of minutes, but that's just we love each other and we want to win for each other. So everyone's sacrificing their bodies and doing anything. But that streak, obviously, it felt good to break, but it was just I think the way that we won this game was even better.
Question for DQ. Since Coach Michael Covington said you're a hooper. So, did you feel that today? I mean, you were hooping out there today, right?
Definitely. I felt free out there. I mean, I always feel comfortable out there. I'm never not comfortable. I mean, I was definitely getting a feel for it, but now it's starting to feel like all my team has been believing in me. All the coaching staff, everybody believes in me. So now it's just all starting to come together. Just staying the course, staying patient.
What does it mean to you to have a night like tonight and a game like tonight and a moment like tonight? You know, you're down the road from home, man. Like, what did that mean to you tonight?
It was crazy. I haven't felt the atmosphere like that ever in my basketball career. So it was crazy to see all the fans going crazy, all the kids loving what they're seeing. It was definitely a memory that I made tonight for sure.
And Trey, to you on that one too. Like, I've been here a while. It was loud in here tonight. I mean, loud. Is that maybe the loudest that you've heard in a minute?
Yeah, for sure. I think Chris and I were actually talking about, I think it was the last game, how against Green Bay, at the end of that game, how loud it got in here. And we were like, man, we haven't, consistently heard a roar like that in here in a while. And it carried over to today. And I think it's just going to keep getting louder and louder. We're going to keep filling the seats, hopefully even more. And that just feeds into everyone's adrenaline because, we're going into overtime. Everyone's tired. You want to find whatever you can to have an adrenaline boost, and having a crowd like that, you hear that roar, you get excited, and the other team starts getting a little nervous, a little shaky, and that's, I think, what helped us win today.
Thanks, guys. We'll open the floor. Questions for Campy?
What did you do to your neck?
I'm a bulging disc. I don't know what I did. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
You look cute. Questions?
Cam, just to follow up to that too. I mean, the noise from this crowd here tonight, and look, Northern Kentucky gets good crowds and stuff like that too, but it had an impact on this basketball game.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said that when things are going good at Oakland University, and I know ESPN, we show every recruit a clip that ESPN's announcers, when they gave awards out, they said the best mid-major atmosphere in the country is Oakland University. Every kid we recruit, we show them that clip, and we show our fans, and we show, but it hadn't been that way in a year or two, I don't think it's anywhere near, I know he said that, but honestly, I don't think it's anywhere near what it's been. I mean, you think of the Detroit games in here, you think of some of the teams that have been in here when we've turned the nights we turn people away and they can't get in. So I think we're on our way to getting back to that. The noise is not something every once in a while, like, at Illinois this year when we were winning and Shannon, whatever his name was, stole the ball and went down and dunked to put them up 1 with 6 minutes to go. I heard that, I heard that, but very seldom do I hear. I mean, we're focused on doing that. So from my standpoint, I think the players here, and I saw DQ doing all this out there and that, and I know they love that stuff. So it's important. And I like having people say we got the best mid-major atmosphere. I like Jared Calhoun at Youngstown had always said to me, how great, how cool that is that you guys, our players love coming there because they know that the people are there and they care and things like that. And I think we saw that tonight. So yeah, it's great. And we gave them, like I said the other night, we're a fun team to watch. We really are. I mean, we're a fun team to watch. Smitty said this in the locker room, and he's 100% correct. He said to the team, he goes, every championship team he's ever played on, or I doubt Smitty ever played on every championship team he ever coached. And I would say the same thing that here at Oakland. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe some of our really good teams couldn't have won a game like this. We won 195 a week ago. And tonight we held them to 58 points in regulation, and it wasn't enough. But we found a way to win. So we won a game like this, but yet we can win a shootout. And that's what championship teams do. They find a way to win. I was dumbfounded with our free throw shooting, right? I mean, dumbfounded with it. But what were we in overtime? We got another chance, didn't we? I don't know how that ball was ours. I know they took forever at the monitor. So, I yelled at one of the referees. I kind of made a joke about, you watch a football game, and I said, the call on the field stands. you know, and he looked at me, I go, if it's taken this long, that means it's inconclusive, so it's got to stand, and that's probably what happened. And then the next one went their way, so, but, you know, we got a break. And we had a 2-possession lead in regulation and gave it away, and they had the ball to win, and they didn't get a shot off. We had a break. And so in any coach will tell you that in a winning season, in a championship season, you get breaks. You do. Ken Palm has the luckiest teams in the country statistic. And every year at the end of the year, when I look at that, it's all the teams that won, right? The luckiest teams in the country. All those teams had great years. I'll take being lucky. I'll take that all day. And again, I have all the admiration in the world for Northern Kentucky and Coach Horn and what they do and what they've done. And so it's a great win. Just no other thing than that. It's a great win.
Coach, you held Warwick to his second lowest points this year and one of his worst shooting percentages.
I wanted it to be the worst of his career. And that was the whole thing. And we lost him in transition in the first half. And I got mad about that. That was the only basket he made in the first half, right?
Yeah.
And then we fouled him 45 feet from the basket a couple times. I got mad about that. And we were not going to let him beat us. And as you saw, we finally executed the double team perfect in overtime because I couldn't get my off guard to run through the passing lane. If you double him out here, he's making a direct line pass, and we're letting him do that. And then we can't recover back. So they could make a quick pass, and we're in trouble. You have to take the first pass away, make them make a long pass so that we can recover while the ball's in the air. And we weren't doing that. And I was screaming, and timeouts and that. And finally, at the most important time, we did it, and he threw it away. And that was the game. That, to me, that play was the game. And so, again, that's learning. I didn't want that kid to score. And he was averaging 26 points a game in league play coming in here. We did our job.
Thank you.
I know rebounding was a concern for you coming into the year, but it seems like the guards have really taken it kind of upon themselves to, even if they're not getting the rebound, they're boxing out, they're getting their hands on balls. Is that something you feel too?
I think we're a really good rebounding team. We recruited for it. I think, again, you know, Baru missing so much time has hurt him. But the other thing that's hurt him is Conway is matured. Conway's the last of a dying breed. We're not going to see this in college basketball much anymore. The kid that came in and understood I'm not ready to play and just got better and better and better and worked. And look at his body. Look what he's done to his body. He's now a force in the Horizon League. Most kids today will run and leave because they didn't play as a freshman. They didn't play as a sophomore. They played a little bit as a junior. They're going to run and leave and blame the coach, and people around them are going to blame the coach. And he understood, and he worked and got better and got better. He played 36 minutes tonight. Who would have thought this offseason that Chris Conway would play 36 minutes against the best team in the league and win? No. And yet there he is. And that credit all goes to him. We won't see much of that anymore because of the transfer portal and all that kind of stuff, but gotta love the kid for that. He's an Oakland player. I didn't answer your question, did I?
That's okay. That's a good answer.
Hey, Camp, I got a question for you. So your decision in the end of regulation to go man-to-man, I thought that was big and bold. Do your kids have confidence in that? You went small, you put Trey at the 5, he ended up on Bradley and caused the turnover, really, that changed the game. I know you probably practiced that, but how do you think your zone is so effective and tough to play against, but you went man in the most important time to win the game? How did they feel about that coming out of the timeout?
They wanted to do it, especially Rocket. And, you know, we talk about that. And I took Rocket out with 6 minutes to go. And he looked at me again, and I said, Rock, you know I'm taking you out. He goes, I got Warwick. I go, yep. The game's going to be won or lost by you guarding Warwick by yourself without a double. He said, okay, I'll rest. All right. And then when we get to that situation, they know that's what we're going to do. It's a change of pace, right? They haven't played against man all night. And the other thing that could happen, and you don't want to lose a game by you going double Warwick, and some guy that's got no points ends up with the ball and Pierre Dukes it, right? Everybody knows what I mean by that? That's how we went to our first NCAA tournament. Pierre Dukes hadn't scored a point in the game, and he ended up with the ball down 2 with 2 seconds to go, and he turned and shot it, and it went in. We didn't want that to happen here. We didn't want a guy that hasn't scored or just to be all by himself. So we're going to man up. We believe Rock can guard anybody in the country man-to-man on a possession. And we went small, and we said, don't foul. And usually, and you know this, Susie, usually you lose that game on a putback, right? And then a lot of time it's an air ball or something, a crappy shot, and they run in and get the rebound. Just like the last possession of overtime when they got 5 offensive rebounds, a couple air balls, and the game's on the line, and what does everybody do? They go and please don't go in, right? And then the offense runs by him and gets it. And so we talked about don't do that, don't foul, and make them make a tough shot. If they make a tough shot, it's our fault. We miss free throws. We'll get them next time. We went out and got the stuff.
Any final questions for Coach? Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you, everyone.